Now, I'm a scientist, not just an engineer, so I hope you tag along. The human body is a culmination of cells that work together to create a bioorganism. These cells are programmed by the DNA and the RNA of the human body to develop into very specific roles. That development is guided by the DNA has and its only purpose is for survival of the species. It's not to give one any more power over the other. It's not ordained by the gods. If I introduce the right chemicals during gestation, I can change the sex of that baby to whatever I want. It's all about development. Humans are the same. You both have brains, you both have skulls, you both have tracheas and esophagus, you both have rib cages and lungs and hearts. The only thing is different is how that is shaped through development. Now, the reason why it's done that is because of a necessity for reproduction. For example, the wider hips on a female. A lot of people don't know that a female can sit a child right in here and run with it. Like run. A man can't do that because they don't have wide enough hips, but they can stick a woman on their shoulders and run. Because it was a necessity way back when. It's not a necessity now. The reason why I can say this is because the head of the penis is made out of the exact same skin cells as the clitoris. The lips of the labia are the exact same skin cells that are part of the nutsack. Like they look exactly, the cell form itself is exactly the same. And that's really the only difference, is how the bodies develop. Now that development is controlled by hormones. Whether you're bigger and stronger, whether you're weaker and smarter, it's all controlled by hormones. Now, too many of these hormones are getting into the cells, so the areas that are different between males and females build themselves, destroy themselves, build themselves, destroy themselves. Your knees, your hips, the muscles that were different between males and females, they would spasm out constantly. Now, my doctors would try to have me believe that I just have simple ankylosing spondylitis. But that doesn't explain the horrible muscle spasms that would curl my toes backwards inside my shoes, or the fact that my bones were liquefying themselves. This left hip, they vacuumed out. I'm supposed to be one of these guys. In fact, I'm actually supposed to be one of these poor people who need somebody to help flip them over in bed, help them get up and into their wheelchair. But I'm not rich. I'm not important. I'm not affluential. So instead of one of these fancy electric wheelchairs, I'd just be given a regular old wheelchair and a decent spot by the window if I'm lucky. So back to the explanation of how humans are just a combination of cells that work together. Now, after switching my endocrine system to a female, the holes in this cell are smaller, so less of that receptor gets through, hence the damage stops doing itself. Now, before, what they were doing was they were scarring the cell walls with methotrexate, and then what they were going to do is they were going to plug the holes with a pathogen called Humira. I shrunk those holes by changing my endocrine system. It's all very interesting. It's all very complicated, but I really hope this helps you understand. If it doesn't, well then, sorry, you're just not smart enough to comprehend.